There are plenty elite wide receivers in the National Football League. And today we are going to make a tier list to rank all of them. And they're going to be 100% right and accurate. I actually did a tier list with NFL quarterbacks. So if you want to check that out, watch that after this. Trust me, because this one is going to be very controversial. Starting with new Houston Texans wide receiver Stephon Diggs. Now, a lot of people have their opinions on Stephon Diggs. His production was solid, and then it plummeted off a cliff last season. I think he's an A-tier wide receiver. I don't know if he's elite. I think he's really good, and I think something was brewing between him and Josh Allen, and he just wasn't locked in all the way. I think he's still really good, so I'm gonna put him in A-tier. Gabe Davis, he's a Jacksonville Jaguar now, and I think he's just Gabe Davis. Who cares? Shakir, I think this is Shakir. Also, who cares? Tyreek Hill, okay. S tier. Let's put him in S tier. Tyreek Hill, the cheetah, the man himself, went crazy this past year, and is honestly probably the main reason why Tua is employed. Because Tyreek is just so good. Also, Jalen Waddle. Where do we put Jalen Waddle? I think he is the prime example, the prime definition of a B-tier wide receiver. That's not a bad thing. That's not a knock. That's not a diss or anything. I just think that Jalen Waddle is just good. He's just not elite yet, right? I think he's like in the range of like 15 to 20 when it comes to wide receivers. So we're going to put him at B tier. I think this is like either Cedric Wilson or this might be Cedric Wilson, I think. And I think it's Cedric Wilson. I'm going to take it as if it is. And he's actually on the Saints now. I really don't care. I'm put him in D tier. I don't really care. Juju Smith-Schuster. Yeah, I don't know. AB definitely made him. His best year was wide receiver 2 behind AB, and I don't think he's gonna ever be a wide receiver 1. Not a disrespect. That's not disrespectful. I just think that's how it is. I don't think he's F tier because I think he's still a pretty productive wide receiver. So I'm gonna put him in D tier. I'm gonna actually put Cedric Wilson in F tier just to kind of space things out here. I'll put Juju in front of them too. I think this is this Kendrick Bourne? I don't know. I think is this Kendrick Bourne? Or is this Douglas? It's one of the two, bro. It's one of the two. They're all gonna go in D tier. I don't know. Bourne's okay. Douglas is okay. They're just gonna go in D tier. Garrett Wilson, on the other hand, J-Dub. Where are we gonna put Garrett Wilson? He was due for a breakout season, an amazing season last year. Unfortunately, gets stuck with Zach Wilson yet again. I'm going to put him in B tier. I'm going to put him right behind Jalen Waddle. Actually, no, screw that. I'll put him in front of Jalen Waddle. I think he's going to have an amazing year, hopefully. If all things go according to plan and Aaron Rodgers plays this year, I think Garrett Wilson is going to have a great year. I think he's an amazing wide receiver. He just didn't have a good quarterback last year. He had like 5 quarterbacks that just weren't good. I think Trevor Siemian even played for the Jets at some point last year. I could be wrong. I think they had some terrible quarterbacks last year, and he went through all of them, unfortunately. Next is Allen Lazard, and he is currently a free agent, so we're gonna stick him in F tier. Allen Lazard, nothing good. Same for Corey Davis. I think he retired, and I think he like unretired. We'll put him in C tier though. He was okay. He was okay. We'll put him in C tier, or D tier. I mean, we'll put him in D tier. And I think this is Rashad Bateman. Rashad Bateman's probably about like as mid as it can get. He's just mid. I'm putting him in C tier. I don't gotta say much about that. Now, this is a long list, so I kind of just got to speed through all these. So if you're like a wide receiver 2 or 3, if you're a good wide receiver 2, I'll talk about you. But if you're a 3, bro, you're just going to get put on the list and move on. Odell, I think he's also a C tier. I just think his best days are behind him, unfortunately. And same for Zay Flowers. Man, the Ravens just get a trifecta here in the C tier. We're going to stick Rashad Bateman in D tier. We'll put him in D tier. We'll put him in the lead D tier. Jamar Chase. All right, Jamar Chase. Where are we going to put you, sir? You did get hurt last year, and last year actually didn't start too well for you. He really didn't pop off until the 7-11 game. I think that was against the Arizona Cardinals, and then Joe Burrow got hurt. But he still balled out. I'm going to put him in S tier. Jamar Chase, top 5 wide receiver, undoubtedly, no doubt in my mind. And T. Higgins, the future with T. Higgins is uncertain. Nobody knows what's going to happen with T. Higgins, if he's going to get traded or if he's going to stay with the Bengals. Nobody knows, but I think he is a B tier wide receiver. Is he better than Garrett Wilson? That's actually a good question. Is he better than Garrett Wilson? I would say no, just because he is a wide receiver too. So, you know, defenses have to deal with Jamar Chase while T. Higgins gets to do whatever he wants to do. Well, Garrett Wilson is just wide receiver 1, just been fighting off everything he could and still putting up good numbers. So I'm gonna give Garrett Wilson the benefit of the doubt. Keep him in B tier above T. Higgins. Tyler Boyd, you're okay. Nothing special. I'll put you ahead of I'll put you top D tier. Actually, I'll put you C tier because you're not terrible. Yeah, you're just mid. Amari Cooper, I think you are B tier. I think you're ahead of Jalen Waddle. I just think you're bound to have a good, like a insane game like once or twice a season. Then you're just kind of quiet the rest of the season. I don't know. That's how I kind of see it. Elijah Moore. Yeah, I guess F. I don't know. I don't really know. Donovan Peoples-Jones. I guess you're D tier. I don't know. Yeah, you guys are just whatever. Deontay Johnson, the newest Carolina Panther. Where am I going to put you, sir? I'm going to put you in front and C tier. I'm going to put you right in front of Zay Flowers. I think you're okay. You're solid. Good enough to be, I think you're a good wide receiver 2 on a team. I don't think you're a wide receiver 1, but I think you're a elite wide receiver 2. George Pickens, I'm honestly going to put him ahead of Deontay Johnson. I'm going to put him in C tier, put them in the same tier, and I have no idea who this is. We're going to put you in F tier. But George Pickens, I think he's going to have hopefully a good year as wide receiver 1. He's got some issues, like some diva issues. I feel like that's kind of resolved now with Deontay Johnson off the team. We're gonna put him in C tier. Nico Collins, man. Do I put him in B tier? I think do I put him in B tier actually? Dude, I'm putting him in B tier. I'm gonna put Nico Collins in B tier. Dude, every time he'd go off against me in fantasy, I thought it was the flukiest thing ever. I thought it was so fluky, but then he kept doing it, and he kept doing it, and kept doing it. And so then I was like, okay, you know what? He's actually pretty good. And then Tank Dell got hurt, and he was still good. Nico, we're gonna believe you in B tier. Robert Woods. I mean, this isn't 2018 anymore. We'll put you in F tier. Just as John Mechie. I wish they had Tank Dell on here, but they don't. John Mechie, I guess F tier. I don't know. I don't know what you do. Michael Pittman. Where do we put Michael Pittman? Do we put him in A tier? Do we finally get Stephon Diggs, a partner in A tier? No, I'm gonna leave him. I'm gonna leave him in B tier. Where do I want to put him in D tier? I'm gonna put him right in front of T. Higgins. I'm gonna put Michael Pittman ahead of T. Higgins, right behind Garrett Wilson. Alec Pierce. I guess I'll put you in C tier behind Zay Flowers. And I have no idea. I think this is Josh Downs. I'll also put you in C tier. Pretty solid. Christian Kirk. Is he still in the Jaguars? I think he's still in the Jaguars. He's okay. He's probably the definition of mid. He is probably the definition of mid. So I'm gonna literally put him in the middle of C tier. Calvin Ridley. He scammed the Titans ridiculously. I'm gonna put him in C tier. He's good, not great. I wouldn't say I think he's overpaid, so I'm gonna put him in C tier. And Zay Flowers, you can get the D, buddy. D-Hop, okay. D-Hop, I'll put D-Hop in C tier. His best days are obviously behind him too, but I'll put him right ahead of Zay Flowers. Traylon Burks, F tier. He's a bust. I don't know who this is. Is this Westbrook? I think I'm gonna put him in F tier too. Titans don't have a good wide receiver core. They're gonna have the decision to make on if they want to draft one with that top pick or if they want an offensive lineman or something. Because Will Levis, honestly, my brother, you do not have that many weapons. Well, you do have Calvin Ridley, I guess. So yeah, that's right. I forgot you do have Calvin Ridley, but that's really it. And Calvin Ridley is a C tier wide receiver, obviously, so they probably should get another wide receiver. Jerry Jeudy. Now, he just got a pretty big extension or deal this offseason with the Browns after getting traded, which I think was not warranted at all. I don't want to be a hater. I mean, he got paid, good for him, but I just don't think I don't know, man. He got drafted so high. He got drafted ahead of Justin Jefferson, and still, I think he got drafted ahead of CeeDee Lamb too, and he just, nobody even talks about that, but he just hasn't produced, and I think he's a good wide receiver too, maybe, and that's what he is on the Browns, so I'll stick him, I guess I'll stick him in C tier. I think this is Courtland Sutton, I'm not really sure. Courtland Sutton, I'll put you behind Deontay Johnson. Actually, I'll put you in front of Deontay Johnson, and I don't know who this last person is, but I don't know. No hard feelings. I'm just going to put you in F tier. Same for all of the Chiefs wide receivers that they have here. My God, they're all going in F tier. Every single one of them, F tier. Devontae Adams, we're going to have Stephon Diggs. Now we're going to have a running mate in A tier. Devontae Adams and Stephon Diggs, both top wide receivers, but not elite wide receivers. I mean, yeah, I don't know. They're not top 5, I would say. Not top 5 for sure. So we're going to leave him in A tier. Devontae Adams still really good though. Jacoby Myers, actually, he was pretty decent. I'll put him ahead of Alec Pierce. Jacoby Myers is actually pretty good. Respectable game. Hunter Renfrow, he's pretty solid too. I don't know what type of year he had this past year, but he could just be a Derek Carr merchant for all we know. But I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt, put him in C tier. He had 1,000 yards like a year or two ago. And Keenan Allen, I had him in fantasy this past year and he went crazy. Keenan Allen, I'm gonna put him top of B tier. I don't think he's A tier exactly. I don't think he's in the same tier with these guys, but I think he's still really good, really productive. Mike Williams, you're okay. Nothing special. I think I'm gonna put you in C tier because that description describes you as mid, to be quite honest with you. So we'll put you right between Zay Flowers and D-Hop. And Quentin Johnston, you are a rookie. You were a rookie, so I'm not gonna really hate on you, but I'm just gonna put you in F tier just because I don't really know what you're capable of. But what we've seen so far is not good. Now we got CeeDee Lamb, and I am putting you S tier. CeeDee Lamb, S tier. Hate me for it. I don't really know. Is that a hot take? Probably not. It shouldn't be a hot take. It shouldn't be a hot take. CeeDee Lamb, baller. Also had him in fantasy, so am I a little biased? Yes and no. I think he's well-deserved of S tier. I think he's an elite wide receiver. I think he showed out this past year. And he's one of the most fun players to watch in the league, I would say. I don't think he's better than Jamar or Tyreek, but I think he's right there. I think he's right there with them. He's a beast. We're going to put him in S tier. And Brandon Cooks, I think you're pretty mid too. I'm just going to throw you in C tier. You're okay. Nothing special. I think this is Michael Gallup. I'm also just going to... I think you're D tier, low-key. Michael, you used to be good, but now you're just... Yeah, I don't know. You're just there now. No, I think these are the Giants wide receivers, and my God, I am sorry, Giants fans. They're all going to have to go in F tier. Good God, I am sorry. That is unfortunate. I mean, we got the Chiefs and the freaking Giants. Their whole wide receiver core is just in there. Their whole wide receiver core is just in F tier. All right, now we're on to A.J. Brown, and I'm just going to tell you right now, A.J. Brown, I'm going to put him in S tier. I'm kind of handing S tiers out low-key, but I think it's well-deserved. I think he kind of had a little bit of a regression towards the end of the year, but when he was on, bro, he was on. And do I think he's better than CeeDee Lamb? I don't think so. I would still take CeeDee Lamb over A.J. Brown, 100%. I think they're both really solid, but I'm going to give CeeDee Lamb the nod over A.J. Brown in S tier. Devonta Smith, I think he's in the same category as Jalen Waddle. Just two solid wide receivers. Devonta Smith's he's good. He's just not elite. And can he be elite in the future? Sure. But just for right now, he's B tier. And I don't know who this is. I think this is Quez Watkins, maybe. Maybe not, but I'm going to put him in D tier. Gary Terry, another mid wide receiver. I'm going to be honest with you. So we're going to put him in B tier. Jahan Dotson, I think he's mid too, low key, but he's on the same tier as Terry McLaurin, so I'm going to put him in C tier. We'll put him right behind Christian Kirk. I think this is Curtis Samuel. We're going to put Curtis Samuel. We'll put him in D tier. We'll put him top D tier. Now we got DJ Moore, and honestly, this might be a bit of a reach. I'm gonna put DJ Moore in A tier. I'm gonna put DJ Moore in A tier with these two guys. I think he balled out with Justin Fields, and I'm gonna give him the nod of A tier. I don't know if he's in front of them. We'll see this next year, but I think DJ Moore's chilling in A tier. Darnell Mooney, I'm gonna throw you in D tier, buddy. And Chase Claypool, my God, you're going F tier. Amon-Ra, oh my God, I want to put Amon-Ra in A tier or S tier so bad, but I'm not gonna. I'm gonna put him in A tier. I'm gonna put Amon-Ra right in front of Stephon Diggs, dude. Amon-Ra is a beast, and I think if he has another really solid year, I'm gonna put him in S tier next time. But just for right now, we're gonna put Amon-Ra in A tier. I think he's in the same category as these fellas. Not with them quite yet. Close. He's extremely close, but just not quite yet. I think this is Josh or Craig Reynolds. One of the two. They're whatever. I don't know. No one really cares. Christian Watson, I'm not a big fan, really. I don't really care. Same for the other Packers receivers. I mean, they're okay, but I talked about this in the quarterback rankings tier list. I want Jordan Love to get some weapons, man. I don't know. I think this is Romeo Doubs, maybe. I think he's better than Christian Watson. I think he's, I'd probably put him up here, maybe. And I think this is Wicks. This might be Wicks. I'm not sure. Yeah, I just think the Packers need they need a guy. They need a guy for Jordan Love. I just don't think any of these guys are the guy. Next, we got Jay Jettas and Jay Jettas. We'll put him in S tier. We're putting him in S tier, and we're putting him at number 1. He's the best. He's the best wide receiver in the game. I don't even got it. We know that. We know he's the best wide receiver in the league. Tyreek was giving him a run for his money this past year because Jettas did get hurt, but nope. It's Jettas, bro. Like, let's be serious. Let's be for real. Justin Jefferson is the best wide receiver in the game, hands down. And Jordan Addison, I think, is pretty solid as well. I'm going to put him in B tier. I think Jordan Addison is a B tier wide receiver. Actually, now, for right now, I don't want to blue ball the Vikings fans there, but I have to. I'm going to put him in C tier. I'm going to put him right there on the cusp of B tier. He's right there, but I'm gonna put him in C tier for right now. And oh god, who is this? I know who this is. Oh my god, what's his name? Osborne. I think this is Osborne. I think he's on the Panthers now, actually. Top D tier. He was a solid guy. Drake London, I think you are a C tier wide receiver. That's not a knock. I think you're gonna get better. Especially with Kirk Cousins now as your quarterback. But just for right now, I think I'm gonna leave you in C tier, and we'll see what happens. And then the other two Falcons receivers, my God, who cares? We're gonna put them in F tier. We're gonna put them in front of Chase Claypool, though. Adam Thielen, he kind of had a little insanity run in fantasy football last year. It doesn't really, I mean, I guess it translates to his stats IRL, but I don't know. He's really not the guy anymore like he once was. We'll put him in C tier. We'll put him behind George Pickens. DJ Chark, we'll just throw you in D tier. And Terrace Marshall, they'll also throw you in D tier. Now, my favorite team, my GOATs right here. Christopher Olave. Where am I going to put you, buddy? I'm going to put you, let's see. Where am I going to put my totally non-biased take here? Where am I going to put Chris Olave? If I put him in, no, I'm not going to put him in A tier. I think Chris Olave, do I think Garrett Wilson is better than Chris Olave? No, I don't think that. But I think it's going to look really bad. Do I think he's better than Michael Pittman? Probably not. Do I think he's better than T. Higgins? Probably not. Do I think he's better than Amari Cooper? Yeah, I do. I think Chris Olave gets kind of screwed over by Derek Carr, by his quarterback play. But I don't want to be so insanely biased and put him above all these guys right here. I'm going to put him right there. My fair Chris Olave ranking is going to go right there. That puts him as the 14th best wide receiver, and I think that checks out. I think that's fair. I think he's gonna have a really good year, but I think he is for right now, I think he's 14. Next we got Michael Thomas, my GOATs, my glorious king. My God, please Chiefs sign him, please. Chiefs, please sign him so he can ring chase. He needs a ring. He deserves it. If he's fully healthy, man, like I think he's still a C tier wide receiver, and it hurts. My God, if I did this tier list 4 years ago, bro, he's an S tier. But I just think if he's fully healthy, which has not been the story at all recent years, but I think if he's healthy, I think he's C tier. I think he's just as good as Calvin Ridley. I think there's something still left in the tank for him. We used to be in these talks up here, man. It's unfortunate. Rashid Shaheed, my boy. I'm gonna put Rashid Shaheed high C tier too. I'm actually gonna put Rashid Shaheed ahead of Jordan Addison. I think Rashid Shaheed is so good, dude. He's so explosive, and this is so insanely biased. I get it, but Rashid Shaheed, if you don't know the name, you gotta know my boy. Mike Evans, my God, I hate Mike Evans so much, but I'm gonna be fair. This is non-biased, a non-biased tier list here. I think Mike Evans, I'm gonna put him right behind. Actually, we'll put him right in front of Amari Cooper. And this looks really bad, how I have these two right next to each other, how I have this guy ahead of him. But just trust me when I say that. I just Mike Evans is okay. He's nothing great, so I'm putting him right there. I think Chris Olave is better than Mike Evans. Yes, I do think that. Chris Godwin, you kind of fell off a little bit, buddy, but we're gonna put you in C tier. I'm gonna put you right there. You used to be really good. I don't know who this is, but we're gonna put you in D tier. Marquise Brown, you were now on the Chiefs, and I actually forgot you were on the Chiefs. My brain just like said that off of muscle memory. I'm gonna put him top of C tier. Put him top of C tier. I think this is Rondale Moore. Put you in D tier. I don't even know who this is, but you're going in F tier. Cooper Kupp, my God, I had you in fantasy. I don't know, bro. You're not B tier. If I'm gonna be honest, I'm putting you top C tier. You're not beating the Wash allegations. I'm gonna be honest. Cooper Kupp is not beating the Wash allegations. He's got to show something this year. Otherwise, he's following the exact same career arc as Michael Thomas. So Cooper Kupp, you got to do something this year, buddy. Van Jefferson, D tier, I guess. Who cares? Now, this is not Puka Nacua, but we're just gonna picture that this is Puka Nacua. We're gonna act like this is Puka Nacua, and I'm gonna put him in A tier. I'm going to put Puka in A tier. I think it's a very small sample size. He only played 1 year, his rookie year. But I think, dude, he broke, I think it was Jamar Chase's record that he broke a year or two ago. Puka is the real deal. He is a football player. So I'm going to put Puka in A tier. He gets the respect. He's a top 10 guy. And yeah, he deserves that. Next up is Deebo Samuel. I think Deebo is a B tier, right behind Keenan Allen. I'll put him there. Same for Brandon Ayuk. I think I'll put Brandon Ayuk like right behind Michael Pittman. I have no idea who this is. I think this is Jawan Jennings, I think. You're okay. I'll probably put you, yeah, I'll put you in C tier. Now we got DK Metcalf. I'm going to throw DK in B tier. I think I'm going to throw him, I want to throw him high B tier. Is that accurate? I'll throw him high B tier. I'll throw DK Metcalf high B tier. He's splitting, like his stats aren't the greatest because he's just splitting so many receptions and yards with these two guys, so it makes sense. Tyler Lockett, I'm gonna throw you in C tier, but I'm gonna put you right there, right behind Cooper Kupp. You're top C tier, I think. I think that's right. And last but not least is Jackson Smith-Njigba. And honestly, I think he is so much better than what his stats are and what his role is. Like I said, he's just buried behind Tyler Lockett and DK Metcalf, so it's just not a good mix. He was the first receiver taken in the draft last year, so he's really good. He just unfortunately has not gotten his time to shine yet. But I'm gonna put him in C tier. Put him behind Jordan Addison, and I'm gonna leave it at that. This is the tier list. 100% right. I think these are locked in, 100% accurate takes, non-biased at all. And yeah, let's just sneak Chris Olave in there, S tier wide receiver. By the end of next year, book it. S tier wide receiver Chris Olave. But if you enjoyed this video, check out the quarterbacks tier list. Don't want to miss that one.